Tough choice with Kazeem, Rahman. Would you rather? Tough choice, only be able to wipe your tough choice by scooting around on the carpet. Tough choice.
What kind of carpet is it? If it's alpaca, give me the carpet.
Welcome back, guys. This is Tough Choice with Kazeem, Rahman. I am your blessed and highly favored host, Kazeem, Rahman. On the hot seat today, it has been forever. Because he just told me last time he did this podcast, he was in my bedroom. We've had many iterations of Ignorant Studios, and the first iteration was, the first iteration was my bedroom. Mm-hmm. The second iteration was my second bedroom when I moved. So we've had multiple bedroom iterations of this podcast.
Now we're in a home office.
And now we're in a hold on. Now we're in a home office. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Light is back. How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing great, Kazeem. Thanks for having me back.
Thanks for doing this. Right? We always like having return guests back because, frankly, it's easier to not have to explain some things because we do some really stupid things on this podcast. And sometimes I have to send them a clip hey, listen to this podcast before you get here because I don't want no attitudes.
Yeah, this is not a play. You can't be precious in this podcast.
Exactly. Turn your brain off. And let's have some fun. Jay, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Guys, you know how we do here. We don't really waste any time. The game is Tough Choice. You must pick between the two choices. You must explain yourself. You get one pass, you get one pause. And at the end, of course, we have our final choice.
Let it begin. Let it begin.
Now, Jay, it is time for our constant choice.
Constant.
Everyone in the month gets the same
so
first
many
question.
Sound effects
we have
now.
a lot. I warned you
there
before
were no
we started
sound
this.
effects before.
I warned you before we started this. I said, Jay, it's been a while.
You're going to experience some culture shock.
We have a lot of
you
sound
said.
effects now. All right.
I love it.
Everyone in the quarter gets the same first question. Jay Light, would you rather eliminate crime entirely, but everyone must follow a strict curfew, or reduce crime by half, but everyone has to wear body cameras in public?
Oh.
Now,
okay.
you are I want to say you're the third person to get this question. Someone has already asked, when we say curfew, what do we mean?
Yeah,
10 p.m.
10 p.m.
10 p.m.
Across the board.
Across the nation. Everyone is inside their home by 10 p.m., their time zone.
Okay. And the body cams.
The body cams, similar to police body cams on your chest. You wear it
And they don't operate how the police do, where they actually do work all the time.
They actually do work.
Okay.
They're on all the time. Right? You get home. Matter of fact, I'll even say they're magic body cams. They automatically recharge.
Wow.
It's an endless battery with a 10,000 day battery.
And we mean literally all the time.
Anytime in public.
Anytime in
We'll
public.
say this.
So
Yes.
I can take them off at the house.
Yes, words matter. So reduce crime by half, but everyone must wear body cameras in public. So if you don't want to leave your house, then you don't have to wear the body cam.
Yeah.
But you just can't leave your house.
But I like to leave my house, and I also like to do stuff late at night. So I'm going body cams.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll reduce crime by half. I feel like that that's significant.
That's a lot.
But no crime?
No crime whatsoever.
And staying out, what kind of
10
Puritan
p.m.
society?
10 p.m. is not, listen, we're adults, Jay. I can still get a show in and be home by 10.
Oh, yeah, I can't. We know how to get two shows in.
It would only be,
We're pros.
technically. Yeah, I just realized that. Yeah, no, but technically the two shows would be, the show would start at 9:30. I would just go first and get home. I don't think we could have two shows a night if everyone has to be home by 10.
Well, no, you just have to change it to do
a show at 7?
A show at 7. Show at 7, show at 9. But then that's tough.
Yeah.
Because, if there's a curfew, if there's no crime,
yes,
that the curfew is the only crime.
Yes.
That is going to be prosecuted very heavily.
Yes.
And that is going to make it really difficult for people to be, if you're just a second off, I feel like we're going to be in purge territory.
Yeah. I never even thought about that. Because in my mind, I say, I can make it home by 10, but we live in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
We do shows everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
right? Because we'll still drive to OC
Yeah.
to like do a show if they ask.
Oh yeah.
Right, and I'm available. Yeah, I'm coming.
I'll drive down. I drive
Right?
down to Orange County a couple times a month.
On a Saturday, if I'm going there, it takes me 2 hours maybe to get there, hour and a half. To get home, it's like 45 to an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But that 45 to an hour can turn into an hour and a half.
Yeah, sometimes you wind up with traffic in the middle of the night.
If there's a random crash on the 5, on the 101, on the 405, any of those highways, damn, yeah, I don't think I can do the curfew thing.
The curfew thing, it's
because if you get caught outside, I don't even. So let's
because this is how they say there's no crime.
And let's set the precedent then. If you're caught outside past the curfew, what should be the punishment?
If you're caught outside past curfew, if we're keeping the no crime thing,
yes,
that means there's no criminals. So I feel like I said, we're in purge territory. So you could get shot on sight.
Okay.
And
all right.
The cops will. This is the one place where they get the chance to do it. They just become the nighttime enforcement police.
The night watch.
The night watch.
Damn.
And you don't want to run afoul of the night watch.
You don't want to run afoul of the night watch. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna read these body cams. Okay. And here's the thing. I think crime will be reduced by half because everyone is wearing body cams.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, yeah, some people are shameless. They will still do a crime with the body cam on.
And you know what?
They will not care.
I'll follow their YouTube channel.
Oh, of course.
I will help support to their,
yes.
their
I'm
monetization.
not going to lie to you. I agree. I would, if there was a guy, there was this Asian TikToker that like, I don't know if it was real.
Okay.
I don't, and I'll send you this video when I find it later.
Please.
He was just like, hey guys, just a FaceTime video. Hey, what's up guys? I'm about to run my car into this McDonald's real quick. And then he just ran his car into the McDonald's. And then there was a news report showing him run his car into the McDonald's. And they're like, Asian TikToker, such and such. Da, 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 da. And then
notorious Asian TikToker.
Yeah, and then he was like out on bail, on house arrest. And he's like, hey, I'm about to cut my cut my thing off. Showed him cut his thing off. And then he was just on the run and recording himself on the run.
It's entertaining.
And let me tell you, that minute and a half video of him doing all those things, 50 million views.
It's incredible.
It's entertaining.
I love seeing, sometimes this will happen on my TikTok algorithm, or like I'll see phase 1 of something. Like I've seen a video of a girl who, like, I think she was probably drunk driving or high driving, and she crashed into a KFC.
Wow.
And there was a video that showed up of like a guy stumbling upon this happening and talking to the girl and being like, you got to run.
Yeah.
You got to, what are you still doing here? You got to get out of here. And then the search bar underneath it was part 2 KFC video. And I was like, I got to find this. And the part 2 had not been uploaded yet. So I was like, where's the second angle I need to know?
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about that in the new body cam heavy society.
Yeah. There we go. We're going to get all parts and all angles.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's sad that we're
full cinematic experience.
We're hoping that people commit crimes with the body cam. Not necessarily crimes, but do some stupid stuff. People are going to be, I think eventually people will forget that they're on, and then stupidity will still happen.
I feel like there's going to be a rise in minor crime and a drop in major crime, because the minor crimes are going to be the ones that you are not going to get demonetized for.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. All right, I agree with you. Let's do body cams. That was our constant choice.
Constant.
Let us continue. Would you rather have a bike that can turn into a unicycle or a skateboard that transforms into a surfboard?
Oh,
do
man.
you do any of these things? I know how to ride a bike.
I know how to ride a bike.
Yes.
I have ridden a skateboard in the past.
Okay.
I've never surfed. I've never ridden a unicycle.
Never. Me either.
Important question.
I've never ridden a skateboard in the past, though. But yes, what's your question?
If whichever one I pick,
yes,
do I have to learn how to do the other thing?
I was gonna sell it. I was gonna find which I'm thinking in my mind, what can I sell? I think the skateboard thing I can sell.
The skateboard to surfboard makes a lot of sense here in Southern California, but hear
Yeah.
me out.
Yes.
Bicycle to unicycle.
Who rides unicycles?
Somebody rides unicycles.
That I'm not gonna lie.
The unicycle market is much less saturated than the surfboard market.
That is the most fair statement I've heard in a very long time. Somebody. Because the unicycle wouldn't be in existence if no one ever rid it.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true.
There was some TV show I was watching where somebody rode a unicycle. It might have been like How to with John Wilson or Nathan Fielder show, but there was somebody riding a unicycle, but not one of those dumb like, oh, it's a motorized one wheel thing. This new futuristic unicycle. Get that shit out of here.
Yeah, like that skateboard with just one wheel.
Yeah,
It's
literally.
weird.
I think it's literally called the one wheel.
Mhm.
Which is the dumbest. Don't try and make a unicycle cool. Let a
Yeah.
unicycle be stupid
Yeah,
and dorky.
it's supposed to. That's what it's supposed to be.
Right.
It's supposed to be interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not supposed to be cool.
People with disposable income who have the time to learn how to ride a unicycle
Yes.
will get the unicycle. And they'll be very specific about it because surfers, that's a whole other
Yeah.
scenario.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I don't know. I know people that skateboard that also snowboard.
Mhm.
I don't know anyone that skateboards that also surfs.
I can't think of anybody who does that either. And I also feel like I do think watching the transformation happen is going to be much cooler for the unicycle to bicycle.
Yeah,
than skateboard to surfboard.
Skateboard to surfboard, the thing's just getting longer and larger.
Yeah, just get longer, grows a couple fins.
Yeah. But the bike has to like twist and turn
Mhm.
and get rid of that extra tire and
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, I can probably sell the bike to unicycle for way more money than the skateboard to surfboard.
And we live in LA. There's a clown renaissance happening right now.
There's someone.
There's somebody who's going to want to buy a unicycle.
Yeah. I actually know two people that have been to clown school.
Here in LA?
Josh Edelman,
Oh yeah.
comic.
Josh would totally. Josh seems
Edelman,
like he would ride a unicycle.
He went to clown school, and then another girl, but she's a burlesque dancer. She's a comic / burlesque dancer. I don't think you've met Kiki. I don't think you've met her.
I actually was in a clown class with Kiki one time.
There we go.
I don't know if she would remember me, but I remember her
Yes.
because I was not normally in her class. I was like dropping in.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Multiple people. All right. So yeah, I'll do the bike.
Let's do the bike.
Would you rather live in a town where every house is a different, vibrant color, or one where every building is shaped like a fun object?
Oh, this is tough. This is the toughest question so far.
We've only had 3. Yeah. Well, no. I think the crime one was hard. Now that I'm thinking about it,
No,
me, I don't find this hard. I'll take the colors.
I would take the fun objects.
Really?
I like buildings that are shaped like the thing that is inside it. You've been to I'm talking a lot about KFC this episode. But you know the KFC on Western that looks like a KFC bucket?
Yes.
One of my favorite buildings in LA
That's interesting.
because it looks like
That's
a KFC
fair.
bucket. It looks like
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Idle Hour. I drove past Idle Hour on my way here. It's a bar that looks like barrels.
Yes.
That's fun.
yeah.
I want to go to a dentist office that's shaped like a tooth.
I don't want to do that.
Why not?
I don't want to do that.
I want to go to a urologist office that's shaped like a dick.
No, I'm good.
I want to go to a
I'm
comedy
good.
club that's shaped like a microphone.
That's such a. In fairness, urology is not only the penis. Urology is the whole system.
Okay.
With your kidneys too. Urology includes kidneys. I
Fine,
think.
then we'll go to kidneys. That's where the satellite office is.
A urology office that's just shaped like a dick.
It's just shaped like a dick.
All right. Well, we gotta look at your kidneys here. So we don't know. I don't know.
We
I
gotta
don't
get
know.
you a referral to the kidney building.
Fun object, the buildings with the fun. So you don't even. Also, okay, to your point, the vibrant color thing may be a little too boring.
There's something, yeah, because it feels like I would see the vibrant colors. I like colors.
Mhm.
I like the concept of it, but it does feel like it would not be as exciting on a day-to-day basis.
That is true.
Especially, what if imagine you're living in this town, right?
Okay.
Somebody new moves in, a new house gets built, okay, they're just going to, pick something out of the Crayola box. That's how they're going to paint it. A new business comes in.
You don't know what's about to happen.
You don't know what's about to happen.
You don't know what's
They're going to
about
have to
to
build an entirely new shape
Yeah.
that you have never seen in the landscape
Yeah.
before.
And new Dave's hot chicken has to be shaped like a chicken tender.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
It's
You got
pretty
me.
sweet.
You got me. All right. I don't know. It sounds silly, but I don't know. I would entertain it. I think my problem with the fun object is that too is going to get boring.
Sure,
extent.
but I feel like I get more mileage from like a sense of wonder perspective.
Oh yes.
Because I'm not going.
I think I would need to see new objects then.
I would love to see some new
businesses
objects.
would. It sounds weird to say. Businesses would have to close down,
Mhm.
and they would have to like tear down the building, and a new business would come up because a lot of times, especially I'll use the Arby's that they turned into a pizza place.
Oh, the Arby's on Sunset.
Yeah. Where it's like, hey man, the Arby's is gone. So you got to tear that building down and build a whole pizza
Mm-hmm.
because it's a pizza place now, right? Instead of just clearing everything out and still doing the things.
Yeah, but if the business wants to have a foothold in this town, then they
Yeah.
will take that chance.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
I would, I feel like I'd get the sense of wonderment every time I leave. And then as soon as I fly back in and I land at the airport that's shaped like an airplane,
Yeah.
then I'm going to go. I'm home.
Oh.
I'm back.
If an airport's shaped like an airplane, that's fine.
It's fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I mean, it'd be weird because how do you get around? I like airports. LAX is a giant circle.
LAX is and LAX is such a poorly designed airport.
Oh, it's trash.
I hate it.
It's trash. Because I did, side note, I read some random article where they were just showing pictures of like airports around the world.
Mhm.
And then they showed picture of like LaGuardia. And I was like, yeah, I didn't realize how bad our airports are.
Oh, LAX is the worst airport
Yeah.
I've ever been to.
Yeah.
DFW, great airport.
DFW 's
Big,
nice.
but great.
DFW's nice. Love Field, I
Love
like.
Field, I like. Love Field. Atlanta's
Right?
great.
Atlanta's large. Denver is large, but Denver doesn't feel large when I'm
Yeah.
walking around.
That's the way I feel. I feel that way about DFW too. It's the size of Manhattan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
DFW is a massive airport,
Wow.
but
Okay, that's because American Airlines hub.
and you can get around
Yeah.
easily because they have
Yeah,
the
yeah.
SkyTrain.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Burbank Airport's great.
Burbank Airport is the best airport I've ever been to.
I love
Burbank, and I haven't been to Long Beach, but I've heard Long Beach is
I've heard
also
Long Beach is
just
also
like
good.
Burbank, but a little smaller. And it's like you're in and you're out. It's great.
When we got married last summer, we told everybody because we got married in Orange County. We're like, hey,
Oh, okay.
don't go to LAX if you can. Try flying into Orange County, John Wayne Airport, or
Okay.
Long Beach.
Long Beach. And they did that?
Yeah.
And they enjoyed themselves.
Yeah.
Good. All right, guys. Now it is time for our favorite, not our favorite segment, but a really cool segment I like to call Something's Gotta Go.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
I will pose 3 man-made things. You, Jay Light, you will tell me what can get out of here
Okay.
and its legacy. Okay? Reality TV, viral internet challenges, influencer culture.
Oh my God. I thought I had this one immediately as soon as you said viral internet challenges, but influencer culture is so tough.
Influencer culture is good and bad.
It is. I have to keep reality TV. I got to say that right out of the jump, right?
Yes.
Reality TV is off the table for me. I
Yeah.
work in reality TV. I would not have a job without reality TV.
Also, I don't find a problem with reality TV.
Me
I think
either.
the problem is people take it too literally, and
Yeah.
that's not the problem of the TV.
And that's the problem with the people. And that's why I think ultimately, man, and this is the tough bit, because viral internet challenges, I hate. I think there are too many now.
Mhm.
And there are so many that like you can't even keep up with them
Yeah.
because it just feels like there's a new
The
new
first
challenge
one I
every day
paid
or two.
attention to was the ice bucket challenge, and even
It's a
that
good gateway challenge.
even that was confusing
Mhm.
because you're supposed to pour the ice bucket on your head and still donate. When I thought you pour the ice bucket on your head to not donate. That's what I thought.
So you were like, please keep challenging me so that way I never have to donate.
You're supposed to pour it on your head
and then donate.
And then challenge other people. And if you don't do it, then you have to donate.
Mm-hmm.
But then they just poured it and still donated. And I'm like, you rich people are weird.
How do you think Lou Gehrig would have been happy with what happened with the Ice Bucket Challenge?
Ice Bucket Challenges? Maybe.
Because they didn't say Lou Gehrig's disease, which is what it was for.
Yeah.
They just kept saying ALS.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have been like, hey, put some respect on my name.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
I think ultimately influencer culture is what's got to go.
Yeah.
Because influencer culture led to, this is the big problem that I have with reality TV these days. People are trying to get on it to be famous.
Yes.
Instead of what they had originally been on it for, which is, okay, maybe we're going to try to tell a story, win a game.
Yeah.
With Survivor.
Yeah.
Bachelor, Bachelorette universe.
Yeah.
Now you're going on there and you're not necessarily there to actually play the game of the show.
No.
You're just there to get followers.
Yeah.
To get famous.
Yeah.
Also, it would be better for comedy.
It would be better.
Because then you have less comics trying to be influencers and the other way around.
And the other way around. That is true.
Remember when we thought the worst thing that we were going to have to deal with in comedy was like when an actor all of a sudden got washed up and then decides to become a stand-up?
Yes.
You're like, fuck, I got to follow Jeremy Piven now?
Because when we started, that's what people don't understand. When we were coming up, the problem was washed up actors.
Yeah.
Wrestlers.
Yeah.
And the randomest porn star.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Ron Jeremys of the world.
Yeah.
Like all of them. And really, like, and the wrestlers in the, this is going to sound silly. The wrestlers and the porn stars weren't a problem because they would just do Sundays or Wednesdays and sit on stage and tell their stories.
So much easier to work with.
And they're so more fun to work with.
I've loved every time I've worked with a wrestler or a porn star, just a delight.
Yeah. They're the nicest people.
Washed up actor.
Really yeah. 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 All right. So yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Influencer culture can go. All right. The Federal Reserve System. this is a hard shift. The Federal Reserve System, stock market trading algorithms, and fractional reserve banking. I don't know what fractional reserve banking is.
Did you just pick all these just because you're like, the Jay looks like he would understand all of these financial terms?
What is fractional reserve banking?
I have no idea what fractional reserve banking is.
Fractional reserve banking is a global banking system where banks only keep a portion of customer deposits as reserves and can lend out the rest. It's a global thing. So global banking, stock market trading algorithms, and the Federal Reserve System. If those of you who don't know the Federal Reserve is the bank for banks.
Yeah.
It's technically not our bank. It's technically not a like government entity also. So it's just the bank for the banks. And stock market trading algorithms are things that will make you a lot of money really fast.
Right.
And I'll say it, some of it's illegal. Some of it's definitely illegal. With that being said, I definitely want one.
I know that's the thing is I'm out of sheer pettiness. Yeah. I'm going stock market trading algorithms because I do not have the coding knowledge
I couldn't
to set one up.
Yeah.
And because of that, I know how much money I've lost out on over the past 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
Get rid of all of
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be petty with you. Screw them. Stock market trading algorithms can go.
Yeah, take that, you nerds.
Well, here's the thing, because the problem is, and I'll explain it as fast as I can. A trading algorithm does this. They make trades 1,000,000 times a second.
Faster than any human being.
Faster than any human being possible. And they also read the market 1,000,000 times faster than any human being. Mm-hmm. So a machine, and a lot of people don't know, they can trade after hours. So when regular people can just have to be done trading at 5, if something's down at 5, and you know the very next day it's going to be up again because of the algorithm can go in after hours and buy up some stock.
Yeah.
Which should be illegal.
Yeah.
But it's not.
I just want people to be doing it.
And I want to be, exactly. If I can't get one, I don't want nobody to have one.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. It has to be trading spaces. I want Eddie Murphy on the floor screaming about orange juice.
Yes.
That's what I want.
That's what I want.
That's what I want. So yeah, no. Trading algorithms. I know I read the definition for fractional reserve banking. Still don't understand
Already
it.
forgot what it is.
Already forgot it. Federal Reserve, I guess, man. They're the people that, handle interest rates for when you want to rent, when you want to buy a home.
When you want to buy a home.
Or buy a house.
I got
doing stuff.
Or when your interest rates for your banks, if you got a savings account.
If you have a savings account. Yeah, that is true. That is true. All right, guys, we're almost out of time. So now it is time for our final choice.
Oh my God.
J-Light, I will. You know what I realized? I bought that sound effect. I just realized it's from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
It is?
I just.
Play it again. Yeah, that's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Someone had to tell me that. And I was like, no, I bought it online. It was for all the, that's where you buy your sound effects.
You got scammed. You should do like what I do with my game show and get them all off of someone's YouTube channel where they've compiled the entire soundtrack for free.
Oh, that's so great. Yeah. Next time. I'm going to read you a situation. Will this situation be absurd? Yes, it will.
Great.
And you tell me, what would you do?
Okay.
Your objective is to get people interested in the latest cooking device, the handheld microwave, also known as the ray gun. What do you do?
Okay, the handheld microwave, aka the ray gun. So I'm imagining, let's just imagine this for a second.
Okay.
This is a physical gun. This is a physical device.
Yes.
That you are aiming at the food.
Yes.
But there's no protective. Well, is there like a dome? Or we put the thing and we put it on the dome and under the dome and we heat it?
I'm pretty sure ray guns aren't like that.
Okay.
It's a ray gun. The ray gun is like the old school, like science fiction.
Okay.
You're shooting.
Okay, cool. I just want to, because I know microwaves have it's encased.
Microwave is encased. You're protected. You won't die. Ray gun, you might die.
This is what I like about it. This is how you lean in.
Yeah.
The element of danger is the selling point. Okay. So if I'm trying to sell the new handheld microwave.
Okay.
This is first of all, America loves guns. So this is the easy way to do it is we get the NRA involved.
This will be a very easy sell if we get the NRA involved.
The NRA is going to be involved. And we say, okay, listen, we hear you. We are going to do all the things you've been begging us to do over the years. We're going to do some gun buybacks. But we're not going to give you cash. We are going to give you this cool radiation shooting handheld microwave ray gun.
Yeah.
If you give us your regular boring guns. And I think that's the way to do it is you make old guns seem so stupid.
Yeah.
And out of date that you have to get the new handheld ray gun.
Yeah. Do you always want to reload?
No.
Right? Do you always want to have to take the magazine out and put the magazine back in, or do you want these rays?
You never knew. Who never had to reload? Stormtroopers from Star Wars.
Boom. Never.
Easy.
They never had to reload.
Captain Kirk never had to reload.
Boom.
And all that reloading that he didn't have to do, that's what allowed him to bed down all those alien ladies.
Yes, that is true.
Imagine the time that you're saving, not just in cooking your food, but also in cooking your enemies.
Boom. Hold on. I got you.
That's the spirit.
I got you. I agree with you 100%. I agree with everything you just said. I think I would the only thing I would add to that, I would do a little market research to make ray gun an acronym.
Ooh.
So people won't know.
Okay.
It's like a random blah blah blah. I would just figure it out.
Yeah.
Right? I would spend a little money to get some marketers involved and be like, I need ray gun to be either an acronym or we need to rename it.
I think that you could do it the way that you know how Viagra is originally developed as like a heart medication?
Yeah.
I think you do it. You start off. This is not how you lean into the marketing at first. You start off doing it as a cooking device. You treat it. You get Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
Or somebody in that caliber area.
Yeah. I think Guy Fieri would be the easiest.
Guy Fieri would be perfect for this.
He'd be the easiest guy.
Hi.
Yeah.
Welcome to Ray Gun. Y'all ever like to shoot?
Yeah.
You want to reheat your fries?
I think you can go two ways with that. You can get like a Guy Fieri, or you can get like a Giada De Laurentiis, like an actual lady.
Yeah.
To where like
Martha Stewart.
or Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart
Right.
would sell this.
Martha Stewart would sell it. If you get Martha and Snoop together selling the ray gun,
Yeah.
I think we can figure that out.
I think we found it. We've pinpointed it.
There we go.
Because then you get the best of both worlds.
There we go. All right. Cool. We have a plan. Guys, that was our episode. This has been Tough Choice with Kazeem Rahman. You can find me online at Kazeem Comedy. That's Kazeem Comedy. Jay Light, what are you up to? What have you been doing?
I just released a new comedy special.
Hold on. There we go, baby.
It's called My Wife Hates These Jokes. It's on YouTube, and it is very funny. I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, and
so
we will
check it
put
out.
all of that in the show notes. Of course, we'll put a link to that in the show notes, and we will put your graphic with
Yes.
our graphic when we put this episode out.
My
Not
hero.
a problem at all. How do we find you?
You can find me at Diet J on social media. The special is on YouTube. It's called My Wife Hates These Jokes. I also have a game show. If you like game shows, you like some dark comedy, some dirty stuff, it's called Wrong, and it is available at Wrong Game Show on social media.
There we go. Our audio engineer is AyoQueez from 725 Media. Get at them for all your audio, visual, and podcast needs. And if you have a tough choice question, or if you have a moral dilemma you just want us to consider talking about on the show, email toughchoice@outlook.com. That is toughchoice@outlook.com. I've been Kazeem Rahman. This has been Jay Light. You guys have been amazing. Bye. Tough choice with Kazeem Rahman. Would you rather? Tough choice. Only be able to wipe your tough choice by scooting around on the carpet. Tough choice. Tough choice.
What kind of carpet is it? If it's alpaca, give me the carpet.